Haha, what's going on, good people? Eric Taylor, Tailored to You Coaching. Yes, I'm back. Uranus in Scorpio. So, watch the first video in terms of breaking down the origins of Uranus, my Uranus in Libra video. But real quick, so Uranus, it's sudden events, changes, hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, lightning, kind of chaos. It's about rebellious energy, freedom, right? This is the god of gods, the god of the sky, the father of Saturn, Kronos, all right? It rules Aquarius, ruler of the 11th house in astrology, modern astrology. Uranus is, it's weird, it's unique, it's brilliant. All right. It's pushing and breaking social norms. It's about advancing the collective. These subconscious and downloads from like God and source. Okay. So, of course, we're going to do this similar to Uranus and Libra and break it on down. But just wanted to let you know that it does retrograde, but it's basically from 1975 to 1981, but it did start in 1974. So you have to look in your birth chart, and you hit me up, Eric Taylor, Tailored to You Coaching, right? Tailored to You Coaching at gmail.com. You got to get your birth chart done, so then you can see where your Uranus is placed in Scorpio. It's very different depending on the houses, okay? So, shout out to Sir William Herschel and Caroline Herschel. I talked about that before. But this is a generational planet, right? It goes around 84 years. Because of the retrogrades, it's 7 years in each sign, but sometimes it can be, 7.5, close to 8, just depending on the universe, God, the sky, how it all is, working. But this Uranus in Scorpio, well, let's go break it down a little further so you know some of the famous people to relate to for this generation and what's Scorpio. Let's go. All right. Yeah, Uranus in Scorpio, as I was saying. So you know what Scorpio is. It is a fixed water sign. I'm as cold as ice, right? I mean, ruler of the 8th house, Scorpio the scorpion that sort of transforms, goes through the crisis, death and rebirth, from the scorpion to the phoenix rising to the eagle soaring, all right? This is about transformation, power, sex, death, and rebirth. When you have Uranus in Scorpio, it's exalted here, okay? And detriment in Taurus, which it's currently in now in 2021, or falls at home in Aquarius, and a detriment in Leo, okay? So this generation, obviously, you guys know the calendar when people were born. The RIPs, Kobe Bryant, Heath Ledger, Aaliyah. You got Natalie Portman, Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Christina Aguilera. Anybody really from that 75 to 81, 74, 81. These people, powerful. Remember, it's exalted here. So their determination, their willpower to achieve is sort of off the charts. But it's going to be with this intensity that they do everything. Relationships, sex, right? These women could have like these sort of deep, passionate obsessions. And they can push people away because they can hold on too tight, right? But they have such a flair about them. And they are natural rebels, the men and the women. They're going to, help transform things as they learn to mature and transform themselves. They're very rebellious and forward future thinking. So they're not always kind of here in the moment. Now you got to know the whole chart. That's why you hit me up at tailoredtoyoucoaching@gmail.com, right? And we get your chart done. And you start to see, right? If you got Uranus in Scorpio in the first house, I mean, you might wear some dark colors. Your hair is like tilted to the side, different styles. You might have red hair, purple hair. Growing up, you had the earrings, piercings, tattoos, tongue ring, 4 holes. I mean, just all types of stuff. You show up, your outer mask, your personality as a complete rebel and mysterious, intense, powerful. These people love to achieve. They love a challenge. And if you tell them they can't do this or you can't do that, they don't accept boundaries and no's. Okay? Now, they are sensitive, right? Some people don't like me saying this, right? When I call Gemini the verbal slut and Scorpio emotional punks, but I say it in love and there's truth to it. Okay? Uranus in Scorpio is the black sheep, but it's fascinating, right? Because this generation, they really move in secret. It's hard for you to understand what's going on in the medulla oblongata. You're never gonna know. They'll give you some information, but you're not getting like the deep, because, all right, so this is one of the issues, right? They want the freedom, they want life on their terms, but they also want this deep, soulful connection. And they can suddenly meet somebody and then like, boom, have this relationship, fall in love, and then they can ghost them like in a minute. I mean, you think about Kim and Kanye and Amber Rose and this and that, and, and I think what's fascinating is that there's this mental Rolodex of just these sudden events and sudden experiences, and they leave their mark wherever they go. So that way they can go back and rediscover and dig deeper if they need to or want to. They can be master manipulators. They are super, super powerful healers. If you meditate and really get in the practice of manifesting, get in touch with your Uranus, your Pluto, and your Jupiter in your birth chart, this generation, man, it's powerful. This is, most of these people in this time, they're, obviously they're Pluto's in Libra, but you need to know the rest of their chart. This is pre-millennial, okay? And they understand the concept of believing in themselves and their gifts and powers above all, sometimes to their detriment. They're a rebel with a cause, but the problem is that they have to learn to sort of let go and let God, so that they don't control everything. Power is like their soup. You know what I mean? It's wild because they don't want to accept no, sort of like an Aries. But Uranus in Scorpio, I mean, just understand that it's very loyal to their friends, but they're also loyal to sudden change. They are the lightning bolt. They are the tsunami, right? Beyonce comes on stage, she's like, blows it up, right? Lightning. Heath Ledger is the Joker. Every acting role he played, he just like bodied it. Boom, mic drop. They don't like lies, but they'll be vague and keep crazy secrets. If you come at them and criticize them, they kind of will snap back. That's where the emotional punk comes in, because Uranus in Scorpio, I don't know if you guys know, like Scorpio and Virgo used to be merged. That's why their glyphs are like so similar. Libra came to bring the balance and sort of separate them. So Scorpio is sort of the dark side, Virgo is sort of the light side, right? Both feminine energies. But that's why I really think there's a magical connection between Virgo and Scorpio. Sun, moon, ascendant, any placement, right? Because Virgo can speak to Scorpio in a way that Scorpio feels comfortable to trust them. That they're being critical, but they know how to do it in a way that's not attacking. Because most of the time, Scorpio and Uranus in Scorpio, they're just like, who the hell are you? Everybody's like, I don't want to say inferior to them, but they, remember, it's exalted. So their innovation, their technological skills, their dedication to perfecting their craft or whatever they're passionate about is top notch. It's exalted. I mean, think of the Kobes, the Aaliyahs. Think of yourself, whatever you love, and what you're good at. And for some of you, it might be making love and sex. But for some of you, it could be healing. It could be you're very intuitive, transformative. So you could be a great astrologer, tarot cards, all the metaphysics, anything with numerology, astrology, just psychic downloads, readings, right? A spiritual guide, intuitive. They can tap in, and you really want to see also where your Mercury placement is, because some of you can have really healing hands. And if this Uranus and Scorpio is in the 6th house, you also got to watch out for issues, with your ankles, shins, calves, the elimination organs, talking medical astrology. But this generation itself, their mark will be felt, and we're going to still know them in 2050. The world will know them in 2080. Whether it's Heath Ledger, Kobe, Beyonce, Aaliyah, Kim K, you know what I mean? Like all of them. All of you guys. This is, it's a magical time to be born. I'm not jealous. I honor and respect you. I appreciate you. I'm Uranus and Libra, I recognize that Uranus and Scorpio, because remember the 8th house is sudden events, right? That Scorpio it's think of the water sign and how it has its intuitive nature. And Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, so it's brilliant in thought. So it's almost like this Jedi that can like move water and then with a lightning bolt turn it into ice. I mean, that's the type of power you have. You're mystical, you're magical. Your kryptonite is getting drunk with the power and the control, not trusting friends, family, a spouse, a loved one. Okay? So, this generation has also gotta, when you've got Uranus in Scorpio, you have to understand that you grew up with some experiences that could have marked you of psychological pain, some trauma, crises, and you have to be the revolutionary, be the rebel to gain a deeper insight so you can advance yourself and your cause, your purpose, your destiny. God's given you everything. You're up in the sky dropping the rain and the tsunamis and tornadoes. You can mind bend and mind shift. You probably have extreme downloads. And trust your root chakra, your gut, right? The Scorpio is down there. And so you're more than just sex, and you can abstain, and you can get into the Kundalini, and heighten your prana and just get really deep and meditate. You have to meditate. You have to find times to be humble, even in the midst of understanding your powers and your greatness. And take time to reflect, be introspective, and gain that self-love. Because you are such a storm and a powerhouse. But that can be tiring and exhausting. So part of your calling to be this technical, innovative, you're gonna push the envelope and break social norms and create these networks and stuff to advance society, hopefully on the positive side. But in doing that, you've got to make sure that you're vibrating high. Okay? You don't want to get caught up in doing things for like evil, like black magic and trying to hurt people, and or just being a thief or being a cheater or manipulating, your girlfriend or manipulating your husband or your boyfriend. You know what I mean? And you are a good, loyal friend, but you just have to tap in to trust. Find the balance in your life, in your chart. And that's why you hit me up. I mean, this generation, you want to get your birth chart done. You really want to know where your Uranus in Scorpio is at. Okay? And tap in, like, have a daily journal. Keep a dream book. Because Uranus gives you these downloads. For some people, if you have it in the 12th house, a lot of the times it's going to be in your subconscious, in your dreams, right? Uranus in Scorpio, if you have this in your 4th house, it could be sort of from your roots, your mother, a generational gift, a spiritual power. And you could have been a badass kid, very rebellious and disrespectful in your home, or your mom might have been kind of a rebel too. If it's in your 5th house, you might create rebellious art, music, and just, love ancient knowledge and be a rebellious athlete. I forgot to look at Kobe's chart, but maybe, that's why he went straight from high school to the NBA. Maybe it's in his 5th house or 9th. And that's what's so great. The house placement tells you so much about your story. Because just like your sun sign is not going to be the same if it's in different houses, it's the same thing with any placement in astrology, and especially with Uranus. The outer generational planets, even from the, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, but even with Saturn, the house placement tells you where you are going to push the envelope, where you are going to be rebellious, where you're going to be unique, weird, bizarre, an abstract thinker, innovative, into technology, IT, whatever it is. So if it's in the third house, it will be more with your siblings, local community. You might not, be a traditional learner in grade school. Don't get caught up in the darkness and get depressed and get caught up in the drugs. This is where Uranus and Scorpio can have the downside and the dark side and the self-afflictions and the self-abuse. Like Heath Ledger, right? I think maybe Brittany Murphy might have had this too, I'm not sure, but this is tough. It can be, mentally tough. That's why you have to see the whole chart and where it's placed. So Uranus and Scorpio, you guys, this generation, man, just, thank you. Keep creating. Keep writing. Keep seeking truth and pushing it on the collective. Your intensity, your sensual nature, it is transformative. And that kind of helps the whole society, whether the world is ready for it or not. They don't know it. But you know it inside. You know that Uranus is, and you know what's so funny? you probably, right now it's opposing, in transit your chart, wherever your Uranus and Scorpio is, it's in opposition right now with the transit in Taurus. And so you Uranus and Scorpio people right now, you could be, going through some stuff, having some fluctuations in your own identity, your values, your self-worth. Maybe you're having a windfall of money, maybe you're getting more reflective or introspective with your speech, or just suddenly saying some things that are not true to yourself. Be the powerful person and people that you are, and understand that part of your power being exalted in Uranus and Scorpio, this generation, it's the evolution of understanding how to properly merge and trust without secrets and deception, partnership. How to deal with the taxes, the debt. You could get the sudden inheritance, but how to care for, because you're going to come up on this, we have to care for your parents. How to properly invest and teach your children. And then in the middle, you're balancing your own spiritual journey. You guys are, in your 40s. And this is a time where you want to let go of all that stuff and just start to, get to your highest self. And you can do it. You can do anything. But the gift that you give to yourself is really the rebellious freedom of trust. Because that's not easy for you. And it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to stop and be introspective. You don't know everything. And once you can say that to yourself out loud, your power increases. You have bigger muscles, Dan. You're stronger. Uranus in Scorpio, thank you. Thank you. I hope I did you justice. I hope you understand that it's the God of gods. And when you take the time to even trust in your intimacy, and not just sex, intimacy with relationships with anyone, friends, but people you care about, you open up a portal of your power. And you can't control your children or your parents, but you can control your future, your rebellion, your freedom, your destiny, your innovation, your love, your intensity, and your emotions. So chill out, vibrate high, increase your self-love, and be the exalted generation that you are. All right? And hit your boy up. Subscribe down below, ring the bell, join my spiritual family on Patreon. I appreciate it. Comment down below. Let me know. Maybe I'll do Virgo or Sag next. But Uranus and Scorpio, you hit your boy up. I'm a Scorpio rising. So I am and the Virgo sun. So I am the right person to do your birth chart and help you transform through any pain and crisis and elevate. I'm also a relationship coach, astrological life coach. So check out my services, tailored2coaching.com, and email me to book your services, tailored2coaching@gmail.com. All right. Uranus and Scorpio. I know you. Yeah. What I think Nick Cannon, Justin Timberlake, I think they all got this, right? This generation. Maybe Britney Spears. Right. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger, Aaliyah, Kobe. And all you Uranus and Scorpio people out there, it's your Scorpio Ascendant Astrologer, Eric Taylor, Tailored to Coaching. You hear that? Ring the alarm. Stay righteous. Be that healer. The world needs healing. And sometimes as you heal others, you'll heal yourself. I can talk to you about that with your Chiron and just your whole chart. All right, Uranus and Scorpio. God bless. Peace.